experiences.
And climate researchers say California will be hit with massively different climate change issues. Sonia Aggarwal, Vice President of Energy Innovation and co-author of Designing Climate Solutions, a policy guide for low carbon energy, is here with me today. Sonia, thank you for coming in and talking to us about this issue. Now, we've had a lot of fires here in Northern California over the past several years. They seem to just get worse. So much destruction we're seeing. Do you think this is going to continue to increase?
Unfortunately, it's likely to continue to increase as we've already seen about a degree of warming since the beginning of the industrial age due to climate change. And we'll probably see some more droughts, we'll probably see some beach erosion, and we've locked in a fair amount of changes to our atmosphere already from the emissions that we've let out.
So you've mentioned a couple of the other issues that we may face here in California. Differences between Northern and Southern California facing different problems?
Yeah, one of the major issues that we're going to have is around the snowpack. So how much rain is falling at what different times of the year, how much of it is remaining in snow. Unfortunately, with less snowpack, that means we're going to see drier times in the summer and perhaps floods in the winter.
And one of the things you and I were just talking about before we came on with this interview is that it's not necessarily too late. It isn't all doom and gloom. Can you talk a little bit about things that we can all do to help improve the situation?
Absolutely, yes. And I think it's really important to focus on the fact that there are still a lot of solutions that we can put in place today, and California has already been a great leader on this. Here in California, we met our 2020 emissions goals 4 years early, and at the same time, we've been able to thrive economically in terms of GDP growth compared to the rest of the country during that same time. So it's not a choice between reducing greenhouse gas emissions and thriving economically. It's totally possible to do both. And also this week, the governor signed this bill which will enable us to get all of our electricity from clean sources by 2045. And that's one of the major components of how we can begin to solve this problem here in California and also to provide lessons for others in other parts of the world.
And the governor, obviously, along with all these other people, leaders in this technology, and trying to make sure that we can get ourselves to a good place, are all here in the Bay Area this week for this climate summit. Do you think that can make a big difference?
Absolutely. It's a great opportunity for people to get together and to share their experiences, to share what works, to share what hasn't worked, and to then be able to just do better and move faster together.
All right, Sonia, we appreciate your coming in and giving us some insight on this. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Larry.